Hey, you guys. How are you doing? How was your day? Come in and join. Let's chat before my eyes close themselves. Very excited. Tomorrow is going to be our Zoom class. So I know a bunch of you sent me your emails and I haven't responded yet. Hey, if you're joining, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm excited about our class tomorrow on Zoom, where I'm going to be teaching you how to write out your shit and all of your pain and trauma and anxiety into a story. If you send me an email already and I haven't responded, I will. I've been so tired running around all day today. So send me a direct message here or on Instagram that you're over 18, your name and your email, and I'll add you. I think there's over 25 people now for tomorrow. So, let me know. And about today's video, if it was helpful to you. So it was about freezing. And I know for tomorrow, I'm going to make a video on memory loss. Like how if you've been abused, you totally fucking don't remember anything. How it blocks out and how do you actually deal with that shit. And the second one I got is routine and systems. So like for me, for example, the worst part of the abuse was that I would have to surround myself with systems, and if I get kicked out of a system, that I would freak out. Like routine for me was everything. Anybody else can relate here? Up to the point of, I know when I'm waking up, when I'm gonna go brush my teeth, get dressed, eat breakfast, even what I'm gonna eat or what I'm gonna wear. Everything is organized to the T, and if it doesn't get organized, then I freak out. Or if something in my schedule changes, like I used to be really scared of it and I used to feel like an idiot, or I used to be like, oh, I'm not spontaneous, or people told me, you need to let go of it, but it's bullshit because it actually helped me organize my brain and it's safety. So for those of us who have been in chaos or in families that have been abusive and neglectful, this is our safety. It's like when the stuff is predictable, kind of like control, for the longest time, I had trouble, like if I'd go to some party and I drink a little bit, I was a lightweight, I'd get drunk. But if I didn't drink, like I really liked not to drink because I didn't like to lose control of my body. I don't know if you can relate, like I've never really done drugs or anything like that because it freaked me out that I didn't know what was happening with my body, who could do anything with my body just because I've been violated before. So that's my little spiel on routine. I mean, it holds me together. Even this here, I told you I'm going to be around 9 o'clock, 9 to 10. Yeah, right? Damn it, Donna. Same here. I'm a little late because I was sending out a bunch of emails. I'm like, oh my God, I promised them I'm going to be there at 9. So I'm like 10 minutes late, but I'm here. And that's kind of like more routine now too. Every night I'm showing up for live and that kind of keeps me together. Hopefully it helps you too, for you to comment at the same time. So talk to me. How was that helpful? That video about freezing, did it help you? What's going on in your life? What shit is happening or not happening? In mine, I'm just really excited. I'm really growing the community, my safe community, Amberville, where we're leading circles, kind of like sitting around the fire, sharing stories and healing through that. The idea is to like flood the world with our stories, with the real stuff, right? Not with it's great. You can go and see movies that are produced in Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. It's all professional, or books. But this is really us, right? Us talking right here and us sharing stories and saying, this what happened to me. So-and-so did this to me. Because nobody really knows. And also nobody wants to know and nobody cares. Very few people care, as you've probably noticed, right? If you tell somebody, hey, here's all the shit that happened to me, people kind of look sideways. So one way you can really tell your story if you fictionalize it, because then we get hooked on it. I mean, we care for Harry Potter more than we care for somebody that we know. How fucked up is that? So, Demi Donna says, I'm learning from you. You have abusive sister. Oh, fuck. Anybody in your life who is in any way hurting you, if you can, just cut that person out. I found that the best way is to walk away, and I'm still doing it. Even with my boyfriend, I'm almost done with kids. I was a teen mom, so my daughter is 26, she's out of the house, and my son is 17, but I only have him half the time. So we're almost kind of like empty nesters, and it's very peaceful. We're together, we don't really have conflicts, but sometimes we do have disagreements. And I noticed that he has to stew and I have to stew. We just walk away. We don't even argue. So you did 2 years ago? Yeah, tell me more, Damidonna. What's your story, if you're willing to share? So walking away when somebody needs space, or how somebody's trying to suck you into an argument. Well, you said this and I said this and you said this and I said this, and it's just like, I can't deal with this because I've been abused and I've watched fights. And whenever somebody yells at me, I freeze. That's what I talked about in the video earlier. I can't. I just, you watch these videos of fights people post online, and it's like one person is yelling, the other one is yelling back. They're both shouting. I can't do that. If somebody shouts at me, I'm like, woo, like deer in the headlights, right? I absolutely cannot answer, and I blank out. I don't remember what they told me, to the point of where I don't remember my name or where I am or what's happening. Fernando says, have the same issue with narcissistic sister, how to cut her off when my mom lives nearby. Yeah, that is difficult. What's interesting is that when we label people and we tell, you're so-and-so or so-and-so or narcissistic, usually these people are in pain. It's just that you are not equipped to help them. And that is why it's kind to cut them off. Does it make sense? Like, they might be needing help and you might love them. They're your family. But it's just like, you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You really cannot help somebody if you're not helping you first. You are the most important person in your life. Your life is the most important thing in your life. Like, nothing else matters. And it's not selfish, contrary to what we're led to believe. Donna says, it's been totally peaceful since I blocked her. Yeah, I have the same. So all of my family is back in Russia, and I haven't really talked to many of them. There's been a lot of stuff that's happening over there, and especially with COVID right now. My uncle has died, and because of COVID, and I was gonna call my cousin, but there's just this history, and so I don't want to, because every time I do, I just go down into this depression spiral. And I learned that it's not selfish if I don't. Like, I can forgive those people. I don't have to be in contact with them. It doesn't mean that I have to be in contact with them. So you don't have to be in contact with these people. Yeah, you're totally welcome, Fernanda. Is this your name, Fernanda? If it is, it's beautiful. I love it. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Damidonna. It was unfortunate because I can tell you guys a story. What's up? Your life story is 98% similar to mine. Good night, life. I'm 20. Give me an advice. Yeah, thank you. I mean, tell me specifically what's going on in your life. Maybe more I can help. But my story is such that my entire family turned away after I confronted my father, after he admitted to abusing me. Everybody just looked sideways. Everybody said, oh, you imagine this. We don't believe you. So I go back to Russia every 3 to 4 years. Any of you here are immigrants or traveling in between countries, it is really a clusterfuck to go back. It's like, it's a long flight. The time is upside down. You're jet lagged. Like, if you don't go for at least 3 weeks, it makes no sense because it's going to take you a few days just to adjust to the time. And then if you go, it's really expensive, the tickets, and then where you're going to stay, blah, blah, blah. So I only go about every 3 to 4 years. So I went back the last 3 or 4 years ago, I can't remember. And what was really tragic was that I wanted to go and see my uncle and my aunt and my cousins, all of the people. And my uncle is my father's brother, and they denied to see me. That was just, I didn't see my uncle. And then I learned 3 months too late that last year in October, he died of COVID. And then his wife died right a month after him from a heart attack. And I was just, that's kind of like how my family functions, right? So I was like, wow, first of all, at least thankfully somebody told me, which was my cousin, but they didn't want to see me the last time I was there. So I didn't get to see them. I was pretty close with my uncle. He was a really, a really cool guy, and it hurt. Well, of course, and it still does. And now he's dead, and I didn't even know he's dead. And that's the price we pay, right? We're like a scapegoat. You're like this one kid who just bears the brunt of all the pain in the household. And you kind of end up parenting the parents, the adults around you. So any of you here can relate. You're like this, you're like the strong person, right? You're pulling everything. You're always helping everybody. You never break down. Everybody around you can be like melting down, having like complete, breakdowns, toddler tantrums, whatever. And you're the stoic. Yeah? Anybody else can relate? You're just like, you're holding your shit together. You never fall apart. You're always there for everybody. Like you're until you finally just crumble completely because your body gives out. That's me. So it's like, you've been trained to do that since you were a kid. And it's not your fault and it's not wrong. It's just that you were the strongest person in the household. Does it make sense? Like, even though you were 3 or 4 or 5, again, anybody can relate, right? You're a kid who is so strong that you're stronger than adults. They sense it and they hang all their shit on you. Although it's done subconsciously, it's just the dynamic of the household, of every abusive household. If any of you look into any of your histories, there's always this one kid, and it's always usually the one. So, hang on, God, there's been a lot of comments. Go back. Thank you, Karina. Yeah, I totally feel you. Thank you, Good Night Life. Yes. So, yeah, you're like parentified. That's a good way of putting it. Parentified child, right? The family structure changes. Exactly. It's like your presence destroys the lies they told themselves. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because you have no other choice. Exactly. Wow, I'm sorry, Karina. 2 brothers and mom passed away. That is terrible. Please accept my condolences. Yeah, same with my dad and mom and brother. I will cry. Thank you. I'm from Russia. Yeah, it's, what's tragic about this is, so like we go to school, we learn like math and history and nobody's teaching us about all this stuff that's happening actually in reality in our household. We don't know why we're the target, and we're kids. Like, we don't know how to deal with this. Adults don't believe us. We have really hazy memory. That's one of the downsides of being a sexual abuse survivor as a child, is that you don't remember. It's so blurry and it's so disturbing that you block it. So even when an adult asks you what's going on, you can't even explain. And also you protect these people, okay? So these are adults in your family. You depend on them. You absolutely cannot tell anybody that something is happening to you, because seriously, they're feeding you. They're giving you the roof over your head. Like, it's survival. When you're a kid, you can't just go out there and get a job and make money. You're fucked. Like, you're out in the street, you're gonna die, right? Of hunger or whatever. Lala says, a psychologist told me that if there is abuse in the family, they usually pick a stronger child. Exactly. But one more thing, Laura. And again, if you guys can relate to me, tell me this. It's not just the strongest child, it's the child who's the most sensitive. It's those of us who cry easily, we're very empathic, we feel everything, all of our emotions are on the surface, like we are just kind of like everything is on our face. And that's why abusers love us, because they can see the pain on our face. It just poke us with a finger and we're melting down because we're so sensitive. And that's why usually people call us, oh, you're overly dramatic or overly this, overly that. But no, it's a complete bullshit. We're not over anything. We've just been continuously hurt when we were little. And so then we become numb because it's easier not to feel anything because we get punished for feeling, and then we go into depression and then we become suicidal because it's like life has lost meaning. I remember I was there. It was a terrible time. I really, really seriously wanted to kill myself. It was like existing was so painful that it seemed that death was going to be relief. And, if any of you have been near suicidal, you can relate, right? Karina says, thank you for, hold on, what was it? Reading it out loud. Absolutely, of course. Yeah, I hope it helps. Mariana says, I'm so blown away by your wisdom. Thank you. Well, I'm blown away by you being here and not watching your favorite TV show or something else. I'm honored you guys are spending time with me. Thank you so much. Yeah, it messes up the chemicals in your brain, totally. Karina says, they all think I'm so strong. I'm like, I don't have a choice. I adapted, survive. And that is so much bullshit. This is the bullshit that people hang on you, because they place you on that pedestal. They put you in that box. And then you begin functioning like a fucking scapegoat in that family because you're strong. And then everybody, they don't let you to be weak because they continue this myth, the story, or you the strong one. And so what do? You adopt it and then you play to it and then you can't fall apart. Everybody else falls apart. You're like, well, I can't. I'm the strong one, right? Can you relate to that? Like all the stories, everything points to it is like this lore. Yeah, support. Right. Yeah, I'm the oldest. Shakadaka. Yeah, which usually is when you're the oldest, you're the one who's bearing the brunt as well. Totally been there. Yeah, so the thing is, it's unfortunate because we actually used to be part of communities. You know, the institution of family was born about 10,000 years ago when we settled, when the roots of religion became, came into existence, because we used to live in tribes, in communities of about 100 to 150 people. And so, for example, for a woman, she knew who her baby was, but for the man, they didn't. And it was advantageous for survival because, a woman had sex with multiple men. And so a child was born and there were multiple fathers because the fathers didn't know whose child it was. And so if one hunter went out to, get the meat and died, there were always more fathers. So there was always multiple adults and they all watched over the child. Now, when we settled and we began owning the land and owning the family, right? So what happened was that the family is not natural for us to raise the child. So suddenly parents are overwhelmed because it is too much to actually handle a child. You need a break and you need to bounce it off of other adults. But we, especially in America, like I'm come from Russia, it's a little bit different. There's grandparents, aunts, uncles, like it's much more kind of a bigger family oriented. Any of you here from, I would say probably maybe in Mexico, like in the South and some European countries, it's much more community oriented. But it's still a nuclear family, and that is the source of a lot of grief, is because parents get overwhelmed. There's so much trauma happening. It's behind closed doors. Nobody knows about it, and it festers. And so it's creating this unnatural balance and this like system, the dynamic, which is what? We're still in the middle of patriarchy. So usually the abuser is the father. Sometimes it's also the mother, it's matriarchy, but most of the time it is the father. If it is the father, then the women in the family support the father or the abuser. They cover their eyes and they look sideways, and there's this one child who bears the brunt of it all. And the family unanimously agrees they're the scapegoat. I am the scapegoat of my family. My family united, they agreed on it, and they all cast me out. All. Men and women together, and women, younger women, it did not matter. We're in Russia, I'm from Moscow. So once you understand that, you stop being bitter at them because you literally understand it's their survival. They're holding on to the man because he's a provider, and the child is the scapegoat. The child pays the price for the rest of the family to survive. Do you get the dynamic, right? Sometimes it's switched. If there's a mother, a matriarch, like a really powerful woman, sometimes culturally that's more natural, it's not as common. And then the mother is abusive. And then they kind of like the man looks sideways, but then the men usually are weak and they're, anyway, hold on. There's been so much. I need to scroll and read all of your stuff. Okay. What is dumpling by? I like it. What is the best when family want you to relinquish your I'm not sure to being too pleased. Can you rephrase that again? I'm not sure I understand. What's your personality type? I don't know what my personality type is. Are there personality types? Cthulhu Dash. Oh, hey, Cthulhu Dash. I remember you says, oh my God, I just stopped talking to my family for this reason. I'm the oldest. Oh, you're the youngest. Yeah, the youngest of 6. Holy shit. Yeah, they actually called on me for everything. Yeah, exactly. So I totally feel you. I mean, it's the same. Thank you, dammit. Thank you. Sir Ann says, sometimes I wonder if not returning the malevolence from my abusers was the right choice. Ha! You're only alive because I let them. Interesting. Yeah, so I was totally violent in my book. So I returned my malevolence, as you put it. I love the word malevolence. In my books, and I'm writing my 10th book right now, I've killed my father and tortured him over and over and over again. It healed me actually being this violent because it released the inner child's anger. My little girl who was inside and who was trapped and who was angered and who wasn't able to fight back. The name is Veronica, says, I'm the youngest, treated as an adult in my family, was raised to act like a man of the house, even though I'm a female. I totally relate. I didn't. So my father has 2 daughters, and he was pissed because he wanted boys, and we were in his eyes not worthy. He's a woman hater. He was abused by his mother. She was like the matriarch of his nuclear family. He lived with her until her death. He was like 65 or 67 when she died. She still washed his socks, and she cooked for him. And take this, she would not allow him to bring women home. I mean, he was in his 60s, okay? Like, what the fuck? I mean, that's how sick he was, right? So he hated her. They would constantly fight. It was awful, and she would not let him go. He was her favorite boy. It was sick, right? And then later, so he would just hate women. I mean, he hated his mother, but he was too chicken shit to hurt her. You can trace some of these histories to like some of the serial killers. That's why I'm writing a book right now about a serial killer. I'm just trying to understand my father's psyche. I mean, granted, he never killed anybody, but just like, Jesus Christ, that is sick, right? So she abused him. He suffered. He was too scared and too overcovered to stand up to her. So he turned around. He hurt women who were weaker than him. He was preying on women. He married 4 times, all of them, by the same name, by the way, which is freaky. So, and then all of them suffered, and he would just play on them. And then I was one of the, of the children, I was the one who in the end ended up being like his, toy or his tool or whatever it is that he used me for to get his pain out. Yeah, I agree, Karina. So this is the stuff that we don't usually talk about. You don't go to parties and you just say, oh, hi, by the way, like, are you going over to Christmas, or, did you get presents or something? You go, well, no, actually, my family's fucked up because actually my father abused me, and my mother actually supported him. She did, I don't get presents from my parents. And how are you? People would be like, whoa, walking away from here, like, I don't want to go into that shit. And that's unfortunate because, Maria says, God, I wish matriarchs were more common. Yeah, well, we're coming back. I mean, this is the age of the women. This is our century, and we're coming back into power. I mean, we're gonna end the war on women, and we're basically waking up and reuniting because patriarchy made it so easy for us to fight each other. Men didn't have to do anything. You just sit back like in the theater. Oh, look at those bitches, tearing their hair out, competing for the guy. Because our value in society is rooted in childbearing and family and getting married and fetching the right guy. And so every other woman is a competition, So us, instead of bonding together, what did we women were trained to do? To fucking fight each other. Cat fights, like even the language is designed for us to fight each other. And once we get older, like gray hair or wrinkles, we get erased from society completely. Just look at the industries that are making money off of us. Cosmetics, plastic surgery, hair color, clothes, like everything is designed for us to try to make ourselves look young. Fuck that, right? It's like, oh, I gotta wear a bra so that my boobs are up and I look like I'm young and I'm in my childbearing age. But no, do guys do that? No, their beer bellies hanging out and he's all like sloppy and whatever and surrounded by women. It's just like, this is the reality of what we're living in. It's still very much sexualized. We're still objectified as women, and still, we're preferred to be androgynous, like these young girls, prepubescent girls, because it's easier to seduce us and it's easier to control us because a mature woman is powerful, right? And so men in general are afraid of women. We live longer, we're stronger, we have longer and more powerful orgasms. The guy just go, jerk, jerk, I'm done, And that is the reality of it. But no, it's all perverted, right? If you watch any porn and if you look at what is in the media, the woman is the one who's like, I'm just going to lie down here and moan. I don't know what I'm doing. And the guy's the one who's pouting her, which is completely reversed to the natural order, So if you just start digging all of that shit up, you understand the mechanics before, behind the abuse, where it's coming from. I nerded out on it. I had to read it all because it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, who in their sane mind, like, what kind of a parent would do something like that to their child? That's what was bothering me. I'm like, why the fuck is this happening? Like, why? So, Hold on, there's been so much. Yeah, you guys talk to each other. If you can support each other, that's the whole idea. Karina says, sharing is how we heal and move forward, owning our power and experiences. Yeah, exactly. This is why we're here, and I hope this is why you guys are here, is we're sharing it, we're talking about it, because silence breeds predators, okay? Silence breeds predators. Once again, they can get away with anything because we don't talk. We don't remember, or we don't even talk about not remembering, right? That's the problem. It's like, okay, you've been abused, but then you can't exactly say what happened, and you're a kid and it's blurry, and then you're too afraid. These adults, even though they hurt you, you depend on them and you love them. Anybody else in this camp, it's like how do I even explain it? Like, they hurt you, but you love them. These are the people who are your parents, and you love them despite them hurting you. Like, you're so loyal to them. Usually you just adore them, and it doesn't matter that they hurt you. You still are trying to please them. We all go through this. We've all been there, and it's always going to be in us forever. This need, this pain of please accept me, this yearning. Can you please see me? Can you please love me? Can you please hear me? I'm your child, So the name is Veronica says, how do you find strength to be firm when you say no? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. I'm still battling with this. It was a long time for me to learn to say no. I actually have a cheat sheet. I can even maybe share it with you. How to say no. Like, I had to train myself how to say no because I couldn't. I always would try to say yes. There is a way to say no without directly saying no. And then the more you practice it, the better you get. One of them is like, delegating to someone. So it's, thank you. I'm not currently doing this. However, so-and-so that I know, so you can pass on the request to somebody else. It depends on what you have to say no to. But I feel you. I think I know what you're talking about. User 72. Okay, there's this long number. Says, when you see your own vulnerabilities, you see everyone else's too. Yes, that's why I really love writing. What are my pronouns? She, her. Thank you for asking. Tete 49 says, thank you for your content. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming to talk to me. Yeah, so, okay, now I've lost track of it. Somebody asked something, and hold on. Oh, Maria M says, could you please make a video on saying no? Yeah. Hey, sister, that's a good one. Saying no. So how to say no, right? How to say no. Yeah, I got the one I'll make tomorrow for you guys on memory loss. And I'll make one on routines and systems, how to surround yourself with routine and systems to thrive. I'll make you the one on how to say no. I'm now making a list because, I'm going to make those videos in advance. Did you guys like the video today? I tried a new tool. It's called Apple Clips. I actually did the subtitles. Instead of doing it by hand myself, I let the app do it. I had to edit it, but it's like, it was kind of big and running, across my face almost. I couldn't move it a certain way. So next time I'll record a video, I'll make it kind of adjust to it. I tried a whole bunch of tools. If you know any good tools, let me know. I tried Capwing, and I tried Threads from Instagram, but it only let me do 15 seconds. And then I tried so it's Apple Clips. That's the one that I posted today with the subtitles. Did you like that? So I can continue doing it, but I had to record it ahead of time, so that's the only thing. Dumpling by says, advice on removing trauma from the body. I have a little memory of my trauma, but my body reacts bad. Yes, absolutely. Oh, and best advice on low self-esteem. Hold on. Low self-esteem. So, trauma in your body, if you want to, Dumpling, tomorrow I'm teaching a class on Zoom from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, how to begin getting rid of trauma in your body, which is you literally write it out. This is what I did. I wrote out my trauma into my books, into story, and you do it through fiction, not journaling, not therapy, not talking about it. It is through fiction that you can access your subconscious, because your subconscious is stupid. Like, it doesn't know that you knock on it when you imagine things. And when you begin writing, you don't know what's going to come out. And it comes out from here. And all of a sudden you see it here in your conscious. And that is how you can begin processing it and putting it in the past where it belongs. Because if you don't process it, it's in there, in the back. And it's in the now. You're constantly in it. It's like you're being hurt over and over and over again. That's PTSD. Anybody else here relates? Like, you're in the now. You're back to that moment when you were hurt, and it's not in the past and not in the present. You're constantly in it. That is what PTSD is. Hey, Tete49 or T49, I wrote it down on self-esteem, totally. Yeah, you got it. Maria? Is it Maria? I totally fucking love your hair. Your hair color is so awesome. And you have a beautiful smile. If it is actually your picture, is your name Maria? Psych ward, piss baby. Ha! I love your name, you guys. This is so fucking awesome. Psych ward, piss baby. Very nice to meet you. If you're comfortable sharing what your actual name is or where you're from, I'm so thankful for adults like you. I feel so comfortable. Yeah, totally. Come here. Like I told many of you, I'm like adopting you all. You're adopting me all. We're like our own new family, right? Fuck all those people who are not our family who hurt us. Totally. So, let's see. Karina says I have to log out. Yeah, I'll see you. Come back again. I'm here every night. Well, no, tomorrow and Sunday I'm gonna be, I don't know when I'm gonna go live. Yeah, the name is Veronica, totally. Good Night Life. Yes, you're welcome, Good Night Life. Let's see, hold on. Any advice on, hold on. There's a lot. Do you believe in forgiving and forgetting? You know, I believe in you doing whatever you think is best. If you want to forgive, forgive. If you don't fucking forgive. Be fucking angry, and that's okay. If you want to forget, forget. If you don't want to forget, remember, like, ask your body and don't listen to anybody. Please don't let anyone tell you, not even therapists or any professionals, what's best for you. You know, okay? Trust your body. Your body will tell you if you just listen. Sami says, any advice on breaking out away from rumination? What do you mean, rumination? Hey, iCoin, Glee16 or whatever. Dumpling B by, thank you, look into your class. Yeah, just send me your name and your email in direct message here or in Instagram, and I'll add you tomorrow at 3:30 Pacific time. Thank you, damn it, Donna. So Carrie Am says, reliving and experiencing the trauma over and over again. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Mary Bear says, I've listened to you a couple times. It scrolled up. Hold on. And I appreciate everything. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming here. And as I clear out my schedule, because my startup, my community that I'm building, Emberville, it's eating up all my time. So I used to go live in the morning, and now I can't do that. So I'm only doing nights, but I'll try to come up live twice a day again. Maria says, thank you so much for the talk. I have to go. Yeah. Very good to see you. Yeah, totally. Come back for the videos. Comment. Tell me. I'm trying to answer everybody. You got it, Tete. Yeah, I wrote it down. I'll make a video. Oh, your name is Liv. That is so cute. I love it. Liv. It's beautiful. I'll make you a video, guys, on low self-esteem, because it's kind of a beast. I mean, the problem with low self-esteem is that we're told we're stupid and dumb and ugly and, whatever, and that we'll never amount to anything. We're not talented, blah, blah, blah. And that is where it's coming from. It's really from us being kids, continuously being told that we're nothing until it becomes our story. We tell ourselves, oh my God, they must be right, and then you begin believing. Sami says rumination, repeating thoughts and experiences. So can you, phrase that question again? You mean how to get out of that cycle? Zooted broccoli. That is so cool. Zooted broccoli. How do you let someone go? You mean someone in reality, like in your family, or like a real person? Or in your memory, or what, if you can clarify better? So back to low self-esteem. Oh, Carmen. Hey, Carmen. Totally nice to meet you too. Yeah, absolutely. you're, it's kind of like an uphill battle. It's so important to first understand why you have the self-esteem issues. Like, it's always, always, always rooted in some kind of an event, and you gotta get that event out of your brain, because if you don't remember it, and again, I think I told you guys before, it's in there, it's running your life. You don't know that it's running your life because you don't know it's there. You don't know it exists. And until you pull it out of your subconscious into conscious, you can actually see what the fuck happened, who did to you, what, when, what did they say, what did you say back, how did they hurt you. Once you see that event as an event that has a history, then you can put it behind in your brain, back into subconscious, but in the past. The problem is if you don't remember and you don't dig it up, this stuff, it's always in these broken pieces. It's stored in your body. It doesn't have beginning, middle, and end, okay? And so it's running your life, and then it's ruining your life. So it's kind of like, have you heard this expression, know thyself, or know yourself? You got to understand how you're operating. It's only after that you can begin working on your low self-esteem, because right now you don't even know where it's coming from. This is how I began. Let's see. How do you deal with liars, even though you're just friends? Oh my God, I hate that. That fucking sucks. That's a whole another conversation. Let me think about it. How can I know that event? So, well, this is how I began. I wrote. And you don't write journaling. You don't write, on this and this day, this and this happened, and my mom yelled at me this, and my dad told me this. You write a fantasy, okay? You fantasize, you write fiction. So you write a story about yourself, but you're the hero of that story. You won't be able to access your subconscious if you're going to write the actual details of reality. Because if you blocked out something, guess what? It's blocked out. You can't reach it. So even if you try really hard to remember, you won't. But when you imagine, what happens is that your conscious relaxes. It's no longer blocking, because it's like, oh, where you're not actually trying to remember reality. You're just imagining stuff. But the thing is that it's all connected in your brain. So when you imagine something, you can't help it. You only can write what you know. Yeah, you guys, do you relate to that? Do you get that? We're dumb, actually, as humans. We don't invent anything new. We only know what happens. And so because we only know what happens, whatever you imagine, you put down on the page, you begin seeing a pattern. And then once you see a pattern behind that story, you begin uncovering really what happened. This is the magic, and that's why writing is so powerful. Storytelling, it's very healing. And we don't do enough of it, we're not trained to do it. You go to school and you fucking hate writing essays, or, teachers make you read these classics, and you're just like, God, I'm bored out of my skull, or like, why do I have to read that? It's awful because they ruin it for us. They ruin literature and language for us and writing most of the time. And most of us suck. We get bad grades. We're just like, I'm never writing again. So you don't know that you're a writer, but you are. We're all storytellers. What am I doing right now? I'm telling you a story. What are you guys doing? You're telling me a story in the comments, right? So let me scroll back up. Carmen says, how to stop bad thoughts happened in the past. I tried all ways, my therapist. Yeah, what kinds of bad thoughts, or about whom? Totally try. Tiche, or Tyche? Yes, please. And again, if you want to come tomorrow to my Zoom class, and I'll teach you more. Like, we will actually gonna write, and then we're gonna read it out loud. Depending on how many people, you might have enough time to read your stuff out loud, but it's gonna be powerful. This is what we do in my community, Amberville. We're, helping people right now. We're helping each other. It's already happening. Oh, hey, oopsie doopsie daisy. Healing is really hard for me right now. I felt physically better when I was running. And what happened? Tell me more. Mary says, this information is so valuable. Bless you for sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. I do hope that this helps. Mira says, I know a guy. Whoops, it just scrolled up. I know a guy who keeps lying constantly. It's terrible. Well, you know what? I would say this is not a friend, and it would be kinder if you cut off a friend like that. Just cut them off. And again, don't explain. Don't say anything, nothing about lying or nothing. Just cut that person off, because you're going to be protecting yourself, okay? That's important. Self-care, we're not really trained to do that. This is what needs to be taught in schools, not math or physics or some history. Look, we don't even know how to take care of ourselves, right? Have I ever sleep paralysis? I'm not sure what is sleep paralysis. Dumpling by says, is there any point to letting people know they hurt you when you know they won't apologize? No, that's a great question, guys. No point, because actually they might hurt you even more for asking. And I've learned it the hard way. So don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. And again, if you can, get out of the environment that made you sick, because you cannot heal in the place that made you sick. You cannot heal while you're around people who made you sick. You just can't, right? Can you get healthy if you're surrounded by people who all have some kind of a virus? You can't. Well, why do you think this is different? It's not different at all. You just absolutely cannot thrive. And all of this bullshit that people tell you, oh no, you have to get over yourself. It doesn't matter if you run away. You can't run away from yourself. You know, you have to stay and suck it up. It's bullshit. Because honestly, no, it's triggering for you. The environment is triggering. The house where you grew up or you've been beaten or, abused is triggering. The people are triggering. There's memories, the carpets, the bedding, the pillows, the shoes, the clothes, the doors, the windows, the rooms, even the air. It's all a trigger. For me, I didn't begin healing until I escaped my not just my house, not just my city, not just my country. I mean, I really left the continent. It was like I ran away as far as I possibly could, from one end of the planet to another, from Russia to America, all the way across the globe. If I went to Hawaii, it would have been the complete exact opposite, right? If you look at the globe, it would have been like I really ran away halfway over the planet. So I'm speaking right now in a language that's not my first language, and it's the reason why I can freely talk about all of this. I don't think I could talk about this in Russia, and I probably would not have been able to do it if I was still in Russia, because all of these people surrounded me, and every time I go back, I fall sick. I come back, and for 2 weeks, I'm sick. I kid you not. Just ask my boyfriend every single time. So no, you can't heal. So cut those people off. Cut that place off. Leave as soon as you can. Cut off all contact. Like and I get it that you love these people and maybe you're scared, but honestly, you are more important. Your life is more important. Your health is more important. I can tell you, when I get to be like my age in my 40s, suddenly there isn't much left to live. And I go, I'm really selective about my time. I'm not interested in wasting my time anymore on people who are not lifting me up, who are putting me down. Fuck them. Like, no, I'm done. So don't go away. Friend is a liar, cut them off. Somebody's abusive, cut them off. Off. These are your boundaries, okay? You gotta learn to create your own boundaries, and nobody can penetrate them. Only invite people who are lifting you up. You know those people, right? If the worst thing happened, there's always this one person, usually in your life, one or two. They're very rare. They always lift you up. It's a person who always tells you, you're gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be great. You're doing great. Don't worry. Unfortunately, in my life, I've never really had that person within my family. I gravitated towards teachers. In school, I always excelled because I had teachers who would tell me, you're great, you're doing great. And I clamored that attention and that validation and that uplifting so much that for me, it was getting good grades in school and getting kind of like under the wing of a teacher, right? So if you have somebody like that in your life, awesome. If you don't, look for that person and cut off everybody else. They have no business being there. Hold on, there's been so many comments here. Hold on. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. Any tips for when you feel stuck in life? A gazillion tips. Tell me more. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, Mira. Feathered Parasol. Hey, Feathered Parasol. I remember your name. I love it. What do you suggest for someone with a genetic syndrome and CPTSD? I have very mild vocal paralysis. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a therapist. I'm just a fellow survivor who's been through some shit. So I would say the best I can say is write the stuff out to find the source of it. But I don't really know what exactly that means. Like, I had PTSD myself, but I don't know the difference between genetic versus it causing by trauma. Damn it, Donna says they will never apologize. Yeah, exactly. Don't waste your breath. Mira says, sometimes bad thinking is because of vitamin deficiencies. Well, yeah, I mean, we can go into medicine here, you guys, but that's not why we're here. I mean, that's like a totally different conversation, right? And again, I'm not equipped to give you that advice. I don't have a medical degree, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I just healed myself through writing books, and I'm really, really happy right now. I completely turned my life upside down. So Whoopsie Droopsie Daisy says, when I was running away from healing, I felt better. Yeah, exactly. Cut them off. Yes, exactly. I stuffed my hurt and anger so many years, and I denied. It's overwhelming. Yeah, see? So what Oopsie Droopsie Daisy says, and by the way, can we all send love, please, to Oopsie Droopsie Daisy? Say, hey, you're not alone. I feel you. Please, because I feel you, Oopsie Droopsie Daisy. I've done the same. You turn your anger inward at yourself, and it's not healthy at all. So that's why you need to let it out. And the healthy, safe way to do it is to write it out into a story. Psych word Piss Baby says, it normally happens because something is happening in your life that triggers it. Yes, triggers are a bitch. I mean, they trigger a lot. Kali Bird says, how long did it take you to learn English? Oh, thank you. That's a new kind of a question. I came here about 20 years ago, or 21 or 22, I can't remember. I had to learn English pretty quickly because I was studying architecture actually in Moscow, and I transferred to college here, and they wouldn't take me without English. So I learned it, I think, in about 3 months. I just sat down with the TOEFL book. If any of you know what that is, it's a special exam for foreigners. And I just cranked through it. I don't know, I'm insane when I set my mind to something. And I passed the test, but I think it took me about the first year, and I was pretty bad. Like when I came here, I didn't know any English at all. I knew maybe how to say hello and goodbye, and that was about it. Mary says, how to experience the emotions we were taught to stifle in abusive environments. Oh my God, Mary, that is a fucking can of worms. Baby steps. You won't be able to at first. It's just the inner child work. You talk to the kid, and you guys, it took me years. And the way I talk to the kid and me is I'm doing it in my books. Every day I write, and I have a character in my books, like a little girl. And she talks to me, and I talk back to her. So my previous book, the one I just published, it took me 5 years to write. So it was literally me talking to that girl every day for 5 years. And she told me a lot of the stories in this book. So this is a ghost story. Kind of like your classical ghost story with ghosts and dead people, and this woman who is like, you know, fighting her dead father, which is kind of like the metaphor for me. So that is what I would tell you, Mary, is you gotta start writing it out, listening to the story of the child inside of you. What story are they trying to tell you? Back to Neverland. Oh, I love that. I did the same thing. I left to live where I was hurt and got sick and depressed. Yeah, and yeah, I feel you. Again, can we all, tell Back to Neverland? If any of you can relate, can you please send love to each other? Psych word Piss Baby says, I hate when you're being manipulated in a way that makes you feel like you're the problem. Yep, been there, suffered that. And Back to Neverland says, I don't know if my father really abused me as a child. So this is the horror of childhood sexual abuse, is you block out who abused you and you're not sure. I've been through that horror. It took me several years to remember that it was actually my father, because it was so blurred in my mind that I had a physical reaction to him, like my body had a reaction, but my brain was blocking it because my brain was still in love. My little girl inside of me was still in love with my father. It was like, there's no way he could have done it. So I remember these weird things like an animal or a wolf or like this man covered in black paint. I had like these weirdest things that could not have been memories, but it was my brain's attempt to block him out from my brain because I only have seen him rarely. My mom and my dad were divorced, and I really loved his visits because when he was not violent, he was very charming. He was like the voice of the company, like he cracked jokes. He's like an actor. And by the way, a lot of abusers are this way. If anybody of you can relate, right? The abuser is like loved by the community and they're respected, and everybody says, no way that person can do what they're doing to you. way, way, way. They have like this dark side that nobody knows about. It's so fucking disturbing. It's true, right? So, hold on. There is more. Oh, you're so badly traumatized. Yeah, thank you, Itziv. I hope it is the truth. I mean, all I'm sharing with you guys is my truth of just stuff that happened to me. So, yeah, my heart goes out to you back to Neverland. Can we please all send love to Back to Neverland? Okay, so, yeah, because that's very difficult to be separated like that. Mary says, how to set boundaries when we grew up in a household where it non-existent. Where to start? Oh my God, Mary, I love you so much. Thank you for your questions. Like, I actually did a video on boundaries. If you go to my page, and I made the titles everywhere, so you can actually find it on boundaries. But, oh boy, where do I begin? I can't now. I'm trying to remember what it was like. And I think my brain is melting. Oh, it is 10 p.m. That's why I'm like wondering why my brain is melting. So I'm going to start wrapping it up. So, Mary, can you go watch that video on boundaries? Come back to me and tell me if I answered your question. Because I'm honest, I'm so tired right now that I don't think my brain is like functioning anymore to answer you on the fly. So much love for Dumpling is saying something. Mary says abusers cover the trucks by being sociable, likable. Yep. Calibri or Calibird. Oh, thank you. I have a great aura. Totally. And I'm like in my babushka scarf, you know, Russian babushka. I just did my ballet, so I'm still wearing my leotard. I always come back here to see you guys after my ballet. Everyone, yeah, totally. Thank you. So Oopsie Droopsie Daisy says, my father is an overt narcissist and the mom is covert, and both of them, oh my God. Yeah, welcome to the fucked up family, right? I also have a fucked up family. It's just, oh my God. Cake for breakfast, right on. That is a fucking awesome name. I felt depressed and unsure of my identity, but I can't get past the idea that my parents love me. Oh yeah, oh, you love that I do ballet? Yeah, it was my dream as a little girl to be a ballerina, and finally in my 40s, this is my first year I'm doing it, which is another... There's been so many dreams I had as a girl and I was never able to do, so I'm allowing myself finally now to do it. I'm sorry really to hear that, Cake for breakfast. That fucking sucks when you're unsure of your identity. It happened to me too. I didn't, you know, like you belong to your family, right? It's part of your identity. And when they all turn away from you, it's like the ground is being kicked out from under your feet. That's what happened to me. I wanted to kill myself because when my family turned away from me, I was like, well, I must be wrong. I must be remembering wrong. I must be imagining it all. They must be right and I'm wrong and I'm bad and I deserve to die. That is pretty much what I thought. And I was a grown adult. You know how fucked up that is, right? It's because you think like a kid. It goes back to you being a kid and thinking all this shit that's not true. Psych word piss baby says, I think something happened to me, but I can't remember. I blocked it out. Yep, same here. I went through your journey, so I know exactly where you are. Thank you, Oopsie Droopsie Daisy. Yeah, I do hope that I lift you up, guys, at least out of that shit or whatever it is you're dealing with right now. Strawberries on toast. Oh my God, you guys, you have like the best TikTok names. I love it. Strawberries on toast. Can I ask how long it took to realize who your abuser was? You know, ever since I was 16 and I wanted to run away from home, I had a feeling about it, but I couldn't remember. And I remembered when I was 33. Does that give you a good runway? It is fucking insane. How long is that? 14 and 3, 17 years? I mean, because then I came to America. I started doing therapy and it was hazy because it would come to me and I would block it out again. No way it could be my father. No way, no way. Like my brain would just fight it. Until he emerged, literally, like I remember at first a man naked covered in black paint. And then I remembered him washing off that black paint. And there he was. It was just, it's so bizarre that when you say it to people who have never experienced it, who've never been through it, they go, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're imagining it. Oh, no, it didn't happen to you. It's just like, but your body knows. Your body is not a liar. You can't, even if you want to lie in your head, your body knows. And it's just, I knew from when I was a kid. I knew I was terrified of him. I jump Every time he looked at me, I jumped. He didn't even have to touch me, you know? So it's just like, you know. So trust your body. Please listen to your body. It will tell you what happened. And if your body tells you something happened, then something happened. So hold on, there is more. Oh my god, exactly. Yeah, I know how you feel. I've been there. You're welcome, Strawberries on Toast. That is such a fucking awesome name. If you tell me your real name or where you're from, I would love to. See, Sacred Piss Baby said, I used to love my father, but now I can stand being near him. Yeah, same here. I mean, I loved my father dearly, but man, I do not miss the man. Right now, he's old and, you know, he's back in Moscow, and I haven't seen him in 12 years, you know, since he cut off all contact with me after I called him and I confronted him. He admitted to everything and he just hung up the phone. He told me, have a good life, goodbye. That was it. So I don't know if I'll ever see him alive. I don't even know if he dies if my family tells me right away, just kind of like my uncle died and I found out 3 months too late. Strawberries on Toast says, it's so hard when you come from that background because you learn to not trust your body and emotions, which is my entire fucking TikTok is about. Like, if you go watch all the videos, it is pretty much about this shit. You don't trust this, you don't trust that, you don't, like, you get cut off from everything. So, oh, you're Nikki from Ohio. Very good to meet you, Nikki. Totally. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful you're here, and I'm really honored you guys are allowing me to spend time with you. Thank you for coming, you know, and spending time with me here versus doing something much more exciting, like watching your favorite TV show or, you know, eating ice cream. It's Friday night if you're in America or wherever you are. So, anyway, those of you, if you did send me an email for the Zoom class tomorrow, I'm going to pass out, go to bed. Don't worry. I will reply to you tomorrow. I'll invite you. I haven't forgotten. I had a really hard, long week. I worked a lot, so I'm like fucking exhausted. But I will be there tomorrow. I'll make you a video tomorrow. I'll go live tomorrow. I'm just not sure when. So if you want to come to the Zoom class, it's at 3:30. Don't worry, it's free. You can just come and show up, and we're gonna do an exercise of writing out all of this stuff. Hey Mira, yeah, it started when I was about 5. Again, I don't remember the exact moment because I've pretty much since I was born, like, you know, I was in the hospital when I was 9 months old because my parents didn't feed me and I had to have blood transfusion because I was dying from being too thin. What is that if not abuse, right? I don't even know when it started, but it pretty much ended when I started having my period. So it was like when I was about 13 or so. But I still had to run away from home. When 14, I tried to run away from home for the first time. I was too young. The second time I ran away from home when I was 17, and that's when it really stopped. But then I stepped into another abusive relationship with my ex-husband. So it's just like, you know, it pretty much most of my life I was fighting it. I hope that answers you. Anyway, thank you all. I love you all. Please don't let any assholes ruin your life. If you have any toxic people in your life, walk away, cut them off. Please don't give them any explanations. They don't deserve any explanation. And any explanation is going to suck them back in, okay? It's going to suck you back into this argument, and it's going to make them feel empowered and you feel like shit. So don't do this. Do this for you. And if you can't do it for you, if you feel like you're not worth it, do it for the kid inside of you. Can you pretend that you're the parent, right? And if you were a parent and you had a kid and somebody hurt your kid, would you just like go and destroy that person? Do you guys agree with me? You're very welcome, Mira. Do you all agree with me that right now, those of you who are parents, some of you are, right? But people who are not parents here, if you're not a parent and you had a kid, somebody came up to your kid and they're hurting, would you just destroy that person? Do you agree? Yeah? Yeah? Do I get a yes from everybody? Now, I want you to think you are that kid. Can you just imagine that it's you when you're 4, 5, 6, and that person who's hurting you, they're not hurting you, they're hurting that kid. Now, are you going to go destroy them? Now, are you going to tell them no? Now, are you going to tell them don't fucking touch that kid or I will kill you? So that's what you do. Next time somebody hurts you, separate yourself and go, I'm a parent. This is a kid right here. And your teeth will come out. I promise you, this is how I learned how to say no. Because when you imagine yourself as a kid, you have no fear whatsoever. You're like, fucking take your hands off my kid. I will fucking destroy you right now. I will cut off your head. Don't you dare touching my kid. So that's my message. That's my good night message to you, okay? Next time, please think of this. Next time somebody calls you a name, yells at you, beats you, hopefully not, but like some terrible shit happens, in that moment, just step back and go, it's not me. This is my kid right here. This asshole, whoever that is hurting that kid. And then you tell them what you would have told them if you were a parent. This has helped me a lot because I really, when it comes to me, I can't protect myself. Like I'm just like, here, you want to chop off my arm? Here you go, right? But when I imagine myself as a little girl, the mom in me comes out, you don't want to come in my path. I will destroy you. I will demolish you. I will grind you into dirt and there's going to be a bloody pulp left of you. That's what I'll do to you. So this is what I had to learn to heal myself, to just really come to that place, to be this fierce tiger mom. So be a fierce tiger mom, be a fierce tiger parent, okay? Are we all in agreement? Okay, cool. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully in my class if you can make it. If not, I'll go live tomorrow. I just don't know when. Watch for the new video. I'll make you a video on, oh, we forgot to talk about it, right? Memory loss, and then routine and systems, saying no, and low self-esteem. Did I get the 4? Any more, any more requests that you have? I don't know in what, you don't know how, Mira? If you want to join the Zoom class, here's how you do it. Send me direct message here or go on Instagram, follow me there. Tell me you're over 18 or at least, 18 or over, your name and your email, and I'll add your email to my calendar invite, and a Zoom invite will come to your email, and that's how you can join. Okay? Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, 42. Awesome. You can do it. Okay, bye.